5, 4, 3. And welcome. This is Josh Ankesheiln, as always, and today I'm joined again. It's been, what, a year since he's been here.
A couple of days anyway. I'm back.
And it's Chris Emmerke.
We're back.
We are back. Had your mic off, sorry.
I'm back now. Oh, I'm actually here.
Yeah, you can hear yourself now, yeah. We were supposed to be having the contest winner himself.
The winner!
Patrick Shaw. He actually, like I said, I'm a man of my word. The winner got to pick any concert they want. We'd buy the tickets. And he decided to...
Cool choice.
I know, right? I'm kind of jealous.
I know, I want to go.
He chose to see Kevin Hart in October 6th in Nashville.
Welcome to Nashville, folks.
You know, now I just got... I finally realized what that noise is.
I like it. Just doesn't fit in with the show.
No, I realized what that is.
What is it?
People joining, joining on Facebook.
Welcome, folks. Welcome. All you Facebook users, all you YouTube people.
Yeah, welcome,
Twitter people.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So now I just got to send them 2 T-shirts, stickers, and I got to find a fanny pack. I told them I'd try.
We ought to get him like the man fanny pack that's got like the hairy belly.
Dude, that's a thing?
Dude, let me show you this.
Show me.
Dude, this is
Show
the
me.
greatest thing.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that's a thing.
I may have erased it because it was like, one of those photos, but and again, I may not have. Hang on, I'll show it to you.
It's so weird seeing you in such clarity.
I know
Chris.
you like that.
I do.
I'm super high def.
Yeah. I'm like right under that light, so I'm like bright ball.
Bright
in there.
lights. Gosh, I think I actually erased that one. I'll find it again and show it to you, though. But like when you strap it on, the little fanny pack, when you strap it around you, it's like a man belly, like a hairy belly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what?
You can order them.
I'm gonna look it up. Patrick, that might be coming your way. I'll just slap an ALP sticker on there.
Does he have to wear it to Kevin Hart?
Yeah, he does.
No, but that would be sweet, though. You know he'd get some attention.
Hell yeah. Kevin Hart be like, dude, that's bomb.
That is
Come on
sweet.
stage.
Come on up, Patrick.
Dude.
Tell us a little bit about your fanny
I'd be a
pack.
straight legend.
Dude, right?
If I sent someone to a concert or something and they brought him on stage.
So tell us a little bit of why you're here.
Then he has a heart attack and dies.
Sorry, Patrick.
Scheisse. Whatever. Is that you? Turn your shit on silent,
That's like,
bro.
whatever, people. Stop. It's our Uber guy from Chicago.
So, this is the most... It's like almost Christmas again this time of year.
Is
you know,
it?
because you got that hiatus.
Because it's so cool outside?
No, I'm saying football's literally 2 weeks away.
It is. It is. You know, the funny thing, and people are getting pumped. I had one of those back and forth conversations with somebody. He sent me this meme that says, "Hey, dude, I sleep so great when Alabama." He sent a picture of this baby like so laid out to sleep. It says, "This is how I sleep when Alabama loses." And I was like, "Dude, the sleep deprivation must be killing you." Okay,
right.
You've only slept 14 weeks in the last 11 years.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I wouldn't have expected that." I was like, "Yeah, I know my numbers."
Insomnia's a bitch.
Right?
It's because he doesn't sleep so much that when he does sleep, he's like a baby.
And then the funny part is he kept saying something about, well, Alabama doesn't even hold the national championship in their state. I'm like, dude, I think you forget. I said no. He said something about not holding. He said that they held the championship in 49 states, and I said, oh, so you must be counting Florida, where UFC was. So he goes on to say, yeah, well, Alabama didn't play them. I said, now you correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, but didn't Auburn play them? He's like, I don't think so. Blah blah. I said, let me help you out on a New Year's Day score. Okay, yeah, you did.
They came to play, bro.
And I told him, and the last thing I told him was, and sorry about all you Auburn people, but the last thing I told him was, U.S., saying that we weren't, that there should have been Alabama and UCF in the championship. I was like, yeah, but they didn't really play anybody.
They really didn't. And as soon as Alabama lost to Auburn, I said out loud, verbatim, I said, Auburn just beat Alabama to lose to Georgia. They were too banged up.
I know. I mean, they had to spend everything they had.
Man,
there's no question.
They were, Kerryon Johnson literally just fell down because his shoulder was hurting so bad.
So talking football just a minute, I was sitting down the other night and I was looking at the they have a really cool schedule out. It's all helmets, and it's both divisions in the SEC conference laid out with helmets and who everybody plays. Looking at the schedules, I'll be honest with you, I'll be surprised if Alabama doesn't go undefeated again. Okay, and that's not just speaking as an Alabama fan. Okay, but let me tell you what I noticed, and something interesting, because everybody gets those fluff games that are thrown in there. They're supposed to be just basically gimme games. Everybody's got those. And what I've always found interesting is that now, if you're in the Western Division, that's the people you're going to play, and all of your other games are pretty much out of conference. But let me tell you who's got the tough schedule this year. LSU.
Do they?
Dude.
I haven't checked it. Check it out.
Not only do they have their in division games, okay, like 4 of their not in their division games are in the other division in the SEC. I'm like, they got a crappy draw.
Let me look. Okay, so they open up against Miami.
I mean, look at their schedule. They have the toughest schedule to me.
Southeast Louisiana, good baseball program.
Okay. Okay, there's one win.
Auburn, sure. La Tech, Ole Miss, Florida, Georgia at home, Mississippi State at home, Alabama at home. Or am I reading that wrong? I think I'm reading that wrong.
It's just the reverse, yeah.
No,
it's at LSU, at Auburn, at LSU.
They play that many home games in a row. They got Georgia at home, and then Mississippi State at home.
Yes.
Alabama at home, Arkansas, Rice at home, Texas A&M in College Station. Yeah, I'm not very confident in old Ed Orgeron, the Cookie Monster.
Monster.
Look, I was all for firing Les Miles, but you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Were you really?
Jimbo, yes, dude.
I think that was a huge mistake for them.
It was a huge mistake. When you can't go from him to freaking Ed Orgeron.
Right.
But I understood getting rid of him. And you have those people saying, oh, he had a 76% win percentage. Yeah, but like...
Well, there comes a time when if your prime's over, it's over, and it's probably time to move on.
You have a gold mine of talent, and all his losses is when he faced a better coach. They're guaranteed 2 to 3 losses a year.
Right.
At the time. And that's every year. He'd lose Alabama, Auburn, often on Arkansas. He always got beat.
So you're saying the decision was basically made on who they were losing to, not necessarily the number of losses, because percentage-wise...
And how they lost. They have
but
gold mine of talent.
But percentage-wise, okay, if you're only losing 3 games a season, you're killing it.
Oh, that's great you're killing in the Big East. But in the SEC, you got the Nick Saban factor.
Right.
You're not trying to match up against...
Well, does everybody just count that as a loss now? I mean, and I'm not saying...
Well, sadly,
I'm not saying going out and not trying to win that game. I'm just saying, but when you start looking at things... does that play a role in a factor in somebody keeping or losing their job?
See, that was the factor.
Only for Auburn does it actually help you keep your job.
See, that was actually the factor with Les Miles. Because for a while there, it was 50-50.
Right.
And then it kept more and more.
You get over that 500 mark, all of a sudden things start to happen.
Right. Then you're like, you have less and less confidence that he could actually go up against him. But the only reason he competed with him beforehand is because of the talent he had.
He had ridiculous amounts of talent. There's no doubt.
Like I complain about it all the time. We never had an offense because of his stupid middle school offense. And the year we have an offense, our defense sucks for the first time in 10 years. Right. We had Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Jeremy Hill, Zach Mettenberger, all in the same offense.
So, all right, since we're on football for just a few minutes here, who's starting?
Where?
Alabama.
Tua?
You think?
No, I'm saying Tua and Jalen.
Tua or Jalen.
I'm gonna give you the cookie cutter saving.
Because
one of them's got
right
to win the team.
Right, and we won't know till 30 seconds before the kickoff.
He knows.
Sure, he does. He's known for a while.
He knows. He's already probably made a deal with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts said, "Okay, look, barring an injury to Tua, do not play me more than 5 games."
Why would he do that?
Because he graduates. So not only he can keep his gray shirt, he'll also be able to transfer after he graduates with no penalty, and he'll have 2 years of eligibility left.
And that's pretty strong for anybody, if you think about it.
That would be the smartest play by Jalen Hurts
to do. And surely somebody smart enough to have told him that that's a realistic, good option.
Like, play him. Look, I'll be a good team player. I'll do whatever you want. Just, if you're going to go with Tua, play me sparingly. Unless a catastrophic injury or something, then I'll come in.
Can you imagine how that conversation must go down, though?
I felt so bad for him in the national championship. Don't you?
You know, I do, but at the same time,
I totally understand.
I mean, I do too, and it's a.
But he was being a good sport.
I agreed, but if you're Saban, that's a brilliant decision right there at the last moment.
Oh my goodness, that's two national championships.
Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, let's just assume that last pass was not called. Okay, all of a sudden now everybody's screaming, "What were you doing? What were you thinking?" Okay, but
I don't think so.
But he made the right decision. There's no doubt about that. But now, okay. Surely there's been a lot of real conversation with the three of them sitting down. It has to be, okay? Saying, look, guys, this is what we're looking at. I mean, like you said, he's got to know by now.
No, he's got to know. He's probably made – there's been rumors.
Because there's reports. That's what I'm saying. There's reports coming out of the camp, okay, talking about the fact that Jalen has a slight injury and that Tua's like just not – they said he's actually – some people have said that he is commandingly taken the spot.
Well, no doubt. Did you hear what Trent Dilford said about him?
What did he say?
When he went to that Elite 11 camp or whatever? And that he won that camp.
Right.
That Trent Dilford runs. Trent Dilford says he's the best quarterback arm talent he's seen
that's the
ever.
thing.
Ever.
The guy can throw the ball.
Ever.
See,
ever.
And
he says it's not just that. It's just like he had so much to work on from day one, and then they went back home, and then they come back, and he's like night and day. The dedication, the work ethic, the leadership. He said he just came back, and every single thing he said he needed to work on, he was
done
better than the best people at that certain thing.
And see, to me, that's the biggest drawback. And of course, I'm a big Jalen fan. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I'm a big Jalen fan. If it wasn't for Hurts, we wouldn't have got there to begin with. He's the one that brought him there to begin with. But at the same time, over the years that he's been out there, I've expected to see a little bit more
progression
towards the passing game.
That's why when they played like Colorado State, he had like 24 carries for like 180 yards rushing, and Jake was all hyped up about it. I was like, you don't need to see that.
No.
Work on. I don't see the progression in the passing game. That's the game where you throw it 30 times. You know, the game might be closer because he's not obviously not as competent as a passer as Tua.
I just had a comment from a guy, Ryan. Okay, just made a comment, and this is interesting. And I think you and I had a conversation about this not too long ago. And what he said was, play both, and you wind up winning by 3 touchdowns every game. Okay,
why is that?
Just because of the options that you have available. You know, what if you actually played both of them? Not necessarily an even amount of time, but it just brings a whole new element to the table. You know, and I think what would be really neat, and I think maybe Ryan and I had this conversation about it, was that if you have those, in other words, you got to be if both of them can be a threat on both ways. You know, either the running game or the passing game. If both of them could be a threat, every time you set up your defense, you have no clue what's coming.
Right.
I mean, so is that something we might see? It's a possibility. You know, is it necessarily that do you have to specifically choose the one particular guy, the starter, that's going to be the main guy, or can you do something different that's not been done before?
Just Belichick it?
Yeah.
Belichick, remember when he had like a different running, everyone hated him in fantasy because that Jonah Gray had 234 yards rushing and got like no carries the next game.
Right.
Yeah.
But you never know what was going to come, so I think that's a possibility. But we'll see how that turns out. We're not far away from it.
I doubt it, though.
I know, and I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be upset no matter what happens.
And I think what I said is going to be a big factor of why that's a thing, out of respect for him.
And I mean, if that's the angle that's taken, okay, and if Jalen can be, if he's smart about it, okay, it's only going to help his career.
Because I think regardless of what happened, say the national championship never happened, Tua was starting no matter what.
You really think that?
I really do, because rumor has it that he was gonna transfer if he didn't play in the national championship. That's what I heard.
So you wait till the last 2 plays and slap his butt in there. See what happens.
Because he had a problem. You gotta have it. You can't a guy can't come from freaking Hawaii.
There's got to be a reason, right?
There's got to be a promise.
I mean, it's not like Hawaii doesn't
recruiting
have a
promises happen
program.
all the time, saying you will be the starter if you're not a complete flop worth of shit. But like there had to be a promise in there somewhere.
The cool part is if you hear everybody talking about it, they say his brother's even better.
Oh, yeah?
the young kid at Thompson.
Yeah, that's where all the boosters built that great school over
the
there.
word is that he's actually, and it's one of those things that you never know. But I mean, we'll see what happens in the next couple of years.
He might not be as good. I just think maybe that Alabama high school football is kind of down. That's my thought.
Well, you have to look at where all the players are coming from. If you look at the players in state, okay, and I'm not just talking about Alabama and Auburn, okay, UAB, Troy, and if you look at those schools and where those players are coming from, there's not as much local talent as there used to be.
There really isn't. Like, it's down. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. So he's going to shine like a diamond.
So do you remember the time? I think so too. Okay, like when Hoover had their high school team,
kind of like when Ladarius and Kadarius went to Cornerstone,
right?
And he was all state,
right? Okay.
No offense, La.
Or Cuh.
I don't think Cuh was all state.
Was he not? But I'm just saying it. But it. You know, the days where, what was the show called that Hoover had?
Oh, 2-a-days?
Yeah, 2-a-days.
JPW getting his wiener sucked in the bleachers?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, though, but when you had that caliber of player all over the place,
you
had just ridiculous amounts of good quality players right here, okay? And now who do you hear about? The only kid that anybody's really even talking about is Tua.
It's Nuka.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Then you got Briarwood. Briarwood, they were stacked.
They were for years.
St. Paul had Mark Barron,
absolutely,
AJ McCarron, and like Briarwood, like I said, had Barrett Trotter.
There's some kid out of Calera that's supposed to be really good.
I don't know.
But I'm just saying, there's just a handful of them now, where there was 10, 20 that were being looked at nationally.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Is it that other people they're finding schools that are getting more? It's kind of like the exposure deal. Okay, if you're that good of a player nowadays, just like with Tua, why would you come from Hawaii?
Right.
Okay, and now you're going to choose Thompson, and don't take this wrong. Okay, I think Thompson's probably got a great quality football club. Okay,
listen,
but look,
there's some sketchy shit into that, though.
But that's what I'm saying. There's 4 or 5 schools.
You think it's a coincidence, though, for real? That they had a 3-win program, and all of a sudden they get this brand new school, a $2 million aquatic center. A school system, and then he comes there from Hawaii. He goes to Alabaster.
I mean, why not Hoover, Vestavia, Oak Mountain, Spain Park, Central, and Tuscaloosa? I mean, there's so many big schools that they're on that national forefront.
Pro got in trouble 2-a-days where they'd have an apartment complex, and that would be their address. They would recruit people illegally.
They move them in. We got an apartment for you.
He's in this school district.
But see, that's not even happening anymore.
Well, private schools can, but
but I'm just saying with the big 6 schools, it's just different now. What's the other big school down at the coast?
Is that St. Paul?
No, they won big last year. Spanish Fort.
Okay, yeah. I have no idea about any of that.
But I'm just saying, we're not even hearing about those schools
I don't even know if Chelsea's
anymore.
program's any good. Are they any good?
It's weird. I haven't heard anything about it this year.
Well, I don't know anything. Have we won anything? I know we're hella good in women's sports. But
always have been, though.
Yeah.
Always have been. But they made it to the playoffs last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I've been in a playoff game once.
You went to a playoff game? Once?
No.
In your 4 years? Did you not go?
I played a few times. Our senior year was the first time we didn't go in 8 years.
Right. I went to a school where you just expected to make the playoffs.
Same.
Same.
We would have won. I think we won on state sophomore year if Davin didn't get in trouble.
But see, speaking of athletes getting in trouble, okay?
Nice segue, Josh.
I know. Well done.
Thanks, Guy.
We were talking about it a little while ago, and this is the bottom line. We're talking about athletes who have basically just destroyed their career in a matter of seconds by making poor choices, okay?
And by Davin... Describe who Davin is. I'm sure if you're an Alabama fan, you know who David Palmer is, the Deuce. Played on the 92 National Championship. His son. I remember when he came in his first year, running his mouth like, most of them do. We just thought he was just another cocky kid.
But he was that good.
Spring training.
That kid could run like nobody's business.
I remember the first play. I remember like it was yesterday.
He stood up.
Spring training.
Whoa.
This is freshman year. Technically, he's a year older than us, but he was in our grade. So we're going to spring training first year. They had the overflow lockers in the basketball locker room. I had a locker right next to him. We went out. He's running his mouth. I'm just thinking he's just another one of these cocky, unathletic kids that came in. I don't really know who he is. I'm not an Alabama fan. I have no idea. He juked out Cody Wilson 3 times in one play.
Right? And you're going, wait a minute. What
My
just
jaw,
happened
my
here,
jaw
right?
just hit the floor.
You literally stood there and went, what?
And he didn't, and he was
It
incredible.
was effortless.
That year, they played Benjamin Russell,
Right.
number 2 team in state. They had El Toro Freeman, number 1 defense. He had 3 fumbles and like maybe 50 yards in the first half. Came out, changed jerseys. I don't know why that had to do anything. Finished the game almost 300 yards rushing.
I mean, you think about
Didn't try.
how do you see a kid like that who, if he doesn't get in trouble?
Right?
Where's he at?
He's 5'6", can dunk.
Right? It's like a Tyrone Bogues.
He's
just athletic as they come.
Bro, I know. He was incredible. And then just one bad choice after the other, and he's down the drain. And you see it's like a reoccurring thing. Like, one of my favorite fighters of all time, UFC, is John Jones. John Jones is probably the greatest fighter to ever live.
And look what happens.
You know, he fought his first UFC fight 9 months after he started training for the MMA.
What do you figure a cat like that makes?
Money-wise?
Yeah.
They don't make that much money. They get a lot of bonuses and stuff, but
The
they're
thing
really
to me, though, but there's a lot. There's money still in it.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah, yeah. I don't know how their money works. They're
but
kinda
it's not
sketchy about it. They
But
don't
it's a reasonable amount of money, or they wouldn't be doing it. Okay?
Oh, well, yeah.
It's no different than Mike Tyson. Okay?
The effed up thing is, though, the winner and losers pay difference is huge.
Oh, it's a massive difference. But don't
which is
get me wrong.
bullshit. If
but
I'm going in there, you're going to beat my
I
face
know,
in.
but
I want
don't
a
get
good
me
amount
wrong.
of money.
But wouldn't you stand in there and let somebody beat your ass for $12 million?
It's not that much. UFC don't make that much.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just talking about like a prize fight. Like a
Conor
Tyson fight.
McGregor. Conor McGregor's Gates, and he's the top, right? Maybe $2 million, $3 million a fight.
That's it?
Yeah, he probably makes more than that. He
crazy.
probably makes more than that. But I'm saying, not Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is like, I don't even know.
So it's kind of like playing minor league ball.
Basically, you make more than that. Like, say you're a headliner, you probably make $1 million,
Right.
and then, or if that, and then you get, say, if you get the knockout of the night, you get about a $60,000 pay bonus.
Bonus.
Fight of the night, you get a bonus.
Right.
Like, there's a bunch of little bonuses.
Right.
But it's not nearly like boxing money.
You know, you take a kid on the local level like that who got in trouble and ultimately just destroyed a career that was sitting in front of him. Okay. Davin.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No doubt.
Another local guy, Jameis.
Jamiz
Winston.
Well, he
okay?
hadn't screwed up his yet, but I
No,
think he's
but
on
he
the...
got real close to it at one point.
I think... No,
okay?
I think he's...
Stealing crab calls and running, that's a pretty hefty offense.
Not the raping girls on scooters.
Oh, well, that too. Okay.
Well, that was acquitted, but then he
Right.
came out here. Now he's facing a 4-game suspension because he grabbed an Uber driver by the vajayjay.
If that's all that happened.
I hope his excuse was, my president can do it, so I can. That'd be great.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, and then you take other people like, you know, you get the guys who do have practically $1 billion, like Mike Tyson, for example, another fighter. Okay, he gets in all kinds of trouble. He winds up biting the guy's ear off. Okay, ultimately it ruined his career.
What ruined his career is they put him on bipolar medicine.
Well, that maybe all the
lost his
tattoos
edge.
on his face.
Yeah, I forgot who said that. Like, when you saw him, if he's willing to do that to his face, I can
What would
only
he do to yours?
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I would not. He could still punch, dude. You see that
Oh, yeah.
commercial thing
Oh,
with him,
yeah.
55 years old, punching that bag?
He's 55.
Nah, he's probably older than that.
I think he is too. I was gonna say.
Let's find out.
Interesting.
Homo beer, watch this.
Hold my beer. And that's another thing, okay? You got guys, just stupid athletes that are so good, okay? Speaking of hold my beer, the alcoholic of the year, okay? You know,
52.
He's 52, okay? So I could take him. I'm only a year older than he is. I could bite his ear
I would
off.
pay a lot of money to watch you fight Mike Tyson.
How
long
much?
would you last? Would you live?
I may not live, but I would probably last. I don't know. I could probably last. I bet I could last about 30, 40 seconds.
That's a very honest
Do you
answer.
want to know why?
That's a very honest answer.
Because my little ass can run. First thing I'd look at him, I'd say, "Hi." I'd look at Mike and I'd say, "Mike, are you gonna run?"
Do you know what just piss you off, though? Like, physical specimens, like Herschel Walker. You know he wants to fight again in the UFC?
Why?
Because
Why-
he can. He's a freaking freak.
I know, but how old is he? My gosh, he's got to be.
Let's find out.
Dude,
Hold on.
he's plenty old. Okay, but, you know, the athletes that have ruined their career. Obviously, O.J. Simpson is an obvious what happened there.
He's 56.
56 years old and wants to do it again. Okay?
Yeah.
And
He said he might. Remember him. He has 1 year eligibility left.
Okay, so one of the things that they tell you when you sign on where you're going to get your $1 million contract, and it doesn't matter what the sport is, whether it's baseball, football, boxing, MMA, whatever it is, okay? They sign you on, they tell you, here's what we expect of you, blah, 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 okay? We don't want you fighting, okay, unless you're a fighter, okay? We don't want you boozing it up. We don't want you doing a bunch of drugs.
Well, each contract's different.
I know, but
Drew Brees' contract.
Do you think they should have to spell out we don't want you involved in gunplay? We don't want you to kill people.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
I mean,
the ones that make me mad because people even like defend it was like Josh Gordon, 3 or 4 offenses of like marijuana. Bro,
it's just like we talked about earlier.
Then you get people like Max Kellerman. Like if there was a way to be a liberal in that view of things, like you're literally, it shouldn't be illegal anyway.
Right.
Like I think it's stupid. Well, it is. Like people say it's unconstitutional to have to pass a drug test for welfare. Why the hell? Why not?
Well, let me ask you
I have to pass a drug test to get a job that pays my tax money comes out of that and it goes to welfare. Why do you not have to take a drug test?
Well, see, I think that's the thing that blows my mind about these athletes who've got all this talent in the world. They're having just boatloads of money just slapped down on the table in front of them.
You think there's a more practical way to deliver money, not boatloads?
Well,
there's a lot of stuff that could go wrong with that.
Duffel bag or something.
Yeah,
okay?
What is this?
But anyway, they're throwing it in there where they can fill their bathtubs with $100 bills easily, okay? And then these guys are out there, and just like you and I talked about it earlier, it's your job. There's certain things that you're expected to do and certain things you're expected not to do, okay? If you got for me, if a guy says, hey, look, we want you to come work for us, okay, we're going to give you $1 million, but you can no longer eat a McDonald's hamburger.
Guess what?
I'm not eating a McDonald's hamburger.
I'm not eating a McDonald's.
I'm not even going to drive on the lot.
I'll flick it off.
Right?
I'll be an anti-McDonald's spokesman if you want me to.
And what gets me is with some of these athletes is it's over and over and over. Like, do they just not learn, or do they think they're completely above the law?
They're just it's stupid. Like, and the thing is, in that aspect of things, they use the argument like it's hard. I was raised in that lifestyle.
What's hard? Counting the money?
I was raised in that lifestyle. It's hard to get out of it. But then, like, when you're like interviewing them about like your success, they're like, well, I finally, I was raised bad, so I wanted to get out of it. Well, then
get
stay there.
Okay.
There's a reason that you started there.
Okay.
Poor choices.
Michael Vick.
Oh man.
Here's another one. Just an amazing ball player. Okay. And
can you imagine though if he had, when he came out and he had the mental maturity and he actually watched films, the first one there, with the physical talents he had back then, that would have just not have been fair. He revolutionized the game for real, in his own way.
But after you get busted the first time for fighting dogs,
wait, he got busted twice? No, he didn't get busted twice.
Yeah,
because he went to prison. He came out and started playing for the Phillies.
That's right. But I mean, just it does. Isn't there something that says to you when you're in the highlight in front of cameras every day? You're playing on national TV, and you're either fighting dogs or you're hitting somebody, a woman in an elevator.
Well, really, he got in so much like he got the book thrown at him because he didn't snitch.
Either way,
but that's why there's
legalities involved here. Okay?
Then you got Adam Pac-Man Jones stabbing people and gets a slap on the wrist.
Right. Okay. These other people. And it's athletes all over the world that you hear this stuff. Is it because do they feel like they're just above the law and everything, or is it just the pressure is just insurmountable?
It depends. I feel like each case is its own thing, but like when the rape allegations for the longest time until like Darren Sharper, where he was like serial raping Bill Cosbying people, which I think that should be a what is that adjective describing what is it? Bill Cosbying people.
Cosbying, I like that.
Is that a
cool
verb?
Word,
what is that?
It is now.
It is now. Whatever.
It's an adjective.
Because like when you get like the Ben Roethlisberger thing, it's like, what's more likely? This bitch sees the starting quarterback for the Steelers and pulls a rape charge out of her ass, or he actually just was like, hey, there's a woman, boom. And then that's what I'm saying. Darren Sharper came and threw that out. Like every guy's like, come on, asshole.
You know, you and I were talking about doing a social experiment earlier, okay?
Dude, I'm doing it.
We're going to do this social experiment. But
My wife always told me, I don't have game. I'm like, you're a woman. It doesn't matter.
But to me, it's just the same. It's the same thing on the flip side. You got a guy here. He doesn't have to be the best looking guy. If you got $1 million in your pocket, you got game.
You can be an absolute nobody
Right?
with semi-good looks and some swag, and you can pull booty all day.
There's plenty of that'll do it for free.
I've seen guys walking down the street at night pulling booty.
Right.
Has a rope and everything.
Literally.
Just literally pulling booty.
Yeah, but to me, it's just like, you know, there's too many people out there willing to do it for free. Okay, so as a millionaire, billionaire athlete out there, you know, what is your brain telling you when you go, well, maybe it's what you said. It's just that mentality that go, whoa, there's a woman over there, and I'm going to have that. You know, I don't know.
Kind of getting sidestepping here. I don't know what you said that made me think of this, but Tom Brady, everyone keeps like getting on their knees and worshiping him because he's so selfless. He's willing to take so less money.
No, he's just doing the right thing.
No, he's even if he kept his contract, he's still not the breadwinner in his family. Not every quarterback has a supermodel worth $80 million.
It's easy for him to make those decisions.
Oh, I'll take $15 million instead of 30. Is that fine? Okay.
Right. You know, but at the same time, you know, they act like everybody acts like he's such a perfect person. It's not that he's so much better than everybody else. He's the one that's actually doing what he's supposed to do.
He's working hard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's working hard. He's not.
I guarantee he's
not getting in trouble.
I guarantee you go to, like I said, my tiers of quarterbacks. I feel like they're too saturated in the mainstream media, where they're like, you got your top tier and like your everyone else. No, there's like everyone else, your average quarterbacks, your good quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, and then like elite quarterbacks.
And there's maybe 10.
No, there's like 5 max
all time.
No, I'm talking about an active.
Oh, active now. Yeah.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and then the fourth can alternate. It was Peyton Manning.
Sure.
You know, Ben Roethlisberger could probably go in there, and then the other one kind of flip flops. Then you got your Russell Wilson's right on that edge. You know, you got your Matt Ryans, your blah, blah, blah. They're not all time.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Game changers. Peyton Manning's, Brett Favre's. And you can't put other people in the class. You can't just bunch them all together and make them seem like they're in the same ballpark. It's not even fair.
You know, it's kind of weird, you know, talking about these guys who ruined their careers. You know, look at the names of the people we were talking about. You know, they are those elite players. You know, it's not the average guy who's out there, you know, that's not on, you know, you understand what I'm saying?
Right. And it brings up a question like, what if? You know, they're amazing as is, but like, what if that never happened?
Right. And there's so many of them, even through history. You start looking back, all the way back to Mickey Mantle had issues. Babe Ruth had drinking issues.
That's why I don't understand. They get an asterisk against Barry Bonds' name.
Right.
Mug, you still have to hit the ball. Where's the asterisk against Babe Ruth?
Right.
Being able to break records before black people were allowed to play.
Right.
That's not fair.
It's not.
Where's that asterisk?
Right. Agreed.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing I think is, you know, and you look at that, and I guess, of course, you know, the argument about the GOATs, regardless of the sport, you know, it was a different game back then in any sport than is what it is today.
And you can't argue. My dad used to argue this all the damn time until I'm like, you just shut up. Talking about, yes, people back then, a lot tougher. Didn't even know what turf toe was. But we are so much more athletic.
Oh, my gosh, just on breeding and food.
It wouldn't even be
training.
He used to talk about this team would beat this team any day. Blah, blah. I'm like, no.
They wouldn't make it off the field.
No. They would have made it off the field.
But they'd have been hurt.
Maybe.
I mean, what do you figure? And don't get me wrong. What do you figure the difference in a front line weight today is?
No doubt. Okay? I forgot. One coach was
versus what it was 40 years ago even.
My youth coach from Mississippi used to play center for the Saints. He was at maybe 6 foot 250.
That's a little bitty dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
if you
30,
think about it, that's
40
a
pounds
guy,
heavier than me.
Right?
At my size.
And playing center.
Playing an offensive lineman in the NFL.
Right.
Right?
Now
you wonder why people like Dick Butkus dominated 6'3", 250
across the front line.
I know, but a linebacker, 6'3", 250.
Right, and coming at you hard.
Now, wonder they dominated back then. And you got like Lawrence Taylor, similar stature, running probably a 4.4, mean as hell. I don't know. Like I said, am I too close? Like I've been here, seeing these people coming up to see them as like, okay, these are all-time greats. We had this episode, what episode? Was 68? Well, it was 58 episodes ago.
Now, what you think about this?
58 episodes ago, we had this episode. Was 90s sports epically great, or is it just
the talent's different now, or the
perspective?
Yeah, I think some of it's perspective, but I think some of it now is because
But think
every
about
year
the
that goes
90s,
on,
bro.
I know, it was amazing in any sport.
But try to name the amount of people we have now. We got like Ken Griffey.
Oh my gosh!
Baseball and basketball and football. You got Deion Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Dan Marino, John Elway, Joe Montana towards the end. I don't know if I said Brett Favre. Peyton Manning, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. That's football. And there's countless more. Baseball, you got the Braves pitching staff. Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling, Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Mariano Rivera, Derek Jeter.
And the list is so massive if you think about it.
That's just the 90s.
I know.
But is that going on right now? We just are like too close?
Maybe, and now, and let's say 15 years from now, maybe we'll go, my goodness gracious, man, the 2000 teens were exceptional.
But it doesn't feel the same.
They don't, okay?
Is it just me?
And maybe it's because all the names that you just talked about, the 90s are the household names. Okay?
I didn't even go Cal Ripken.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I don't care what sport. If you're not even a sports fan, okay, you know
all of those names.
Jeter,
Michael Jordan, Larry Bird.
Right, okay, you know all those
he's
people.
Before, but
But either way, absolutely. But you knew every single one of those players, whether you followed the sport or not. Okay,
they were larger than life.
Other than the argument of the not so GOAT, surely that argument's over now. Okay,
LeBron.
Right. Okay, but other than LeBron and say Kobe, okay, in today's, who are those? Who are the Derek Jeters?
Steph Curry, I guess.
Really?
He is the greatest shooter to ever play.
Okay,
I give him that.
But there was just on the Chicago Bulls alone. Okay, in the 90s. Okay, we had 3 or 4 household names that everybody knew.
Yeah, but a lot of them got that name from one guy.
From Michael, agreed.
Michael was larger than life.
I mean, there's no doubt. Okay, but even so, okay.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
Who are those players now in the sport?
Right, we're not even getting Patrick Ewing,
don't get me
Charles
wrong,
Barkley.
Where's the Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah.
Where's the Tiger Woods?
Well, he is hockey.
No, but
you name all the greats. You're like of hockey. Wayne Gretzky.
No, there was a lot back in the day.
I'm saying household names.
Oh,
not
yeah.
everyone's hockey. We're in the Southeast.
Agreed. Okay, but I'm just saying. But like you got a lot of people that were good high up players. But I mean, other than Tiger, who's making his comeback, who's the Tiger Woods?
Rory, no.
Okay.
Phil Mickelson made a little scratch, but no.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's a sad thing. I want Tiger to be good again so bad.
He's coming, man. He's coming.
They put too much pressure on the guy.
They do.
He needs to start banging.
But you know what? I'll tell you what I saw though that I liked. He did okay. He came in like 15th or 16th on the Open, and I love what he said. He was so matter of fact about the way he handled the interview afterwards. He fell apart. He had like a double bogey on 16 or 17 at the Open. And he was like, yeah, well, I just got some work to do, blah, blah, blah. Well, last weekend he came in second, okay? So he's right there where he needs to be. The old adage used to be, if you're not 6 to 8 strokes ahead of Tiger on Sunday, he's coming for you.
Oh, when he pulled out that red polo.
Right?
Better watch out.
Right? So, but, there is no real Tiger Woods in golf. There is no Derek Jeter in baseball right now.
I know. I don't know.
Who?
I'm trying to think who would be.
See, if you have to think, okay, it's just
Trout's pretty damn good.
I agree. There's actually a lot of good. Well, Judge, okay,
is he doing good this year?
Well,
I haven't heard much about him.
He's hitting bombs, but I mean that's what I'm saying.
But the sad thing with baseball is every time I see someone good, I'm like, when are they going to pop dirty?
Right.
That's immediately my first thought.
I know, and it's hard that way. I mean, but if you look at basketball and you take just the 2 players who've been in it forever, Curry and LeBron, out of it, I mean, there's not.
LeBron's on Michael's level.
I mean, I agree with that.
I'm not a LeBron hater.
I'm not a hater, but I just don't think he's a lot. He is. There's no doubt he is a physical specimen. There's no question. Okay,
I think
that man can brawn his way up and down the court like nobody's business.
Look, there's no coincidence. Like, it's the opposite of insanity. What's insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting
a different result.
It's the opposite. Do you think it's a coincidence he's been to 8 straight finals?
Oh, no.
You think it's coaching?
No. Not at that level. It's not about coaching.
It's apples and oranges with Michael Jordan, but he had that it factor.
Okay,
I'm willing to admit 1A, 1B. Mm-hmm. In their own right, in their own way.
I'm fine with that. But, and that's the thing to me, what keeps...
You can't put him above Michael, though. He's 6-0. And could have been more if his dad didn't die.
If you really look at the real stats, okay, somebody just said he's a flopper. Okay?
Who?
LeBron. Okay.
Where are you reading all this?
I have a session going here too.
Oh, comment back because if I comment, I'll start messing up.
But it's kind of funny because I said the same thing. I said, LeBron being the flopper. I said, if this basketball thing doesn't work out, there's always soccer.
That is true. That's what drives me crazy, though, when the whole world talks shit to us because we suck at soccer. I'm like, shut up. No, we don't.
Have you watched, and don't get me wrong.
We choose to suck at soccer. If we wanted to be good at soccer, we could be good at soccer. Do you think our primo athletes are playing soccer?
Don't misunderstand.
One of these World Cups, we just need, as a country, just come together and just
pound
and just recruit every athlete in every sport. Imagine LeBron playing goalie.
Right? But LeBron
with a 10-foot wingspan.
It's like our best kickers out there, okay?
Put that dude that ran a 4.16
right,
out there running.
Speed out there.
You don't have to be that great. You're an athlete.
But it's funny, and don't get me wrong, I'm not discounting the soccer players as far as their athletic ability and the understanding of the game, but let's be honest for just a second. I watched a good bit of the World Cup, okay?
They're pussies.
Dude, the amount of somebody kicked somebody in the shoelace, and they went down like their tibia was hanging out of their leg.
I think it's maybe like...
And it's
coming
so
from
obvious.
An official. We're an umpire.
Do they know we have replays?
Right, but they don't. They make the call. Coming from an umpire. Imagine, okay, we're umpiring baseball, right? It's pretty cut and dry. You follow the ball. Think of all the shit in hockey, or not hockey, but in soccer. Anything they can get
is away from the ball.
Right. Or, it's such ticky-tacky on their calls. I'm not sure. Don't you have to hit ball or something first?
Yeah,
I don't really know how that rules go. So the more you act, the more they'll get one of the cards or whatever.
Right, and I think that's the thing is they're doing their and I think
I'm too prideful.
And that's the crazy thing to me is that what if put a bunch of football players out there, they won't flop.
I know I couldn't do it. I'd probably
get up
get yelled
and hit
at.
them back.
No, I'd just pop up before them. That was
right.
Regardless if I got the shit knocked out of me or I knocked the shit out of them. My goal every single time, I don't care if I can't feel my arms, is to get up before that guy. No matter what.
Otherwise, they win the mental part.
Otherwise, they win.
Yes, absolutely.
And you know how prideful I am.
Yeah. No, I've seen that in the last few weeks.
Yeah. I don't care if my arm's falling off. Let me fight through it. I like it.
I love this. So, for those of you who don't know, Josh had surgery not too long ago. And just to show you how crazy his mentality is, he comes out, we're working one day, and he's like, I was like, dude, you really don't need to do that. And he's like, well, yeah, my goal is to make sure that it hurts worse. The worse I make it hurt right now, the less it feels like it hurts when I get home.
Well, that wasn't that. I didn't say it in that context.
Yes, you did, dude.
I said it hurts, and I said growing up, say if you twist your ankle, I would hop up and put more weight and pressure on it to where it would hurt more. So then the regular throbbing isn't as bad.
Right.
It's it might be a flawed concept, but it made sense in my mind.
Like when I was a kid, if I hurt my finger, my dad would come over here and he'd stomp on my feet.
Oh, don't you hate that shit? My dad used to do that. He's like, let me see. He squeeze it. He's like, did that hurt? I'm like, hell yeah, it hurt. It hurts. What the hell you doing? It just happened, you douche. You bag of douche.
No doubt.
But I don't even think old Bill did it on purpose. I think he was just...
You okay, boy? Come here.
Make sure it's not broken, so I'm going to bend it like a origami.
Right.
Shoot. Man, it drove me crazy. What else?
Something crazy.
Tell me something crazy. Tell me.
47 people OD today in the park in New Haven, Connecticut.
At the same time?
In front of everybody.
What? Wait. No, okay. Give me a timestamp here. Was it 47 people just chilling and they...
almost in like within an hour or so. This happened today.
What? Doing what?
Smoking some kind of
Smoking reefer?
no, it's the pretend stuff like
Spice.
Yeah, but they call it
Incense.
something like Kush 92 or something like that.
Some lab grown shit.
It's apparently in some park
You
where
grow
it
a
was
wiener
known
off your
where
forehead.
A bunch of people, drug addicts, would hang out and all this.
So there's
and-
47 people smoking out in this park.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And-
That wouldn't happen in Shelby County. I'll give you that.
think? That ain't even going to happen in the Winn-Dixie
Bro,
parking
you
lot.
spark up any merge you want in Shelby County, and they're like,
This is the South.
I need a brand new Tahoe cop car. I'm going to go arrest
Right?
some high
And I'm going
schoolers.
to take their cars and their trucks from them, mostly their trucks. But yeah, it's crazy to me though that it's so rampant that you get a bad product out there and 47 people are laying out and dying.
See, I tested it before I sent it out there. I'm kind of shocked.
Apparently, your tolerance is higher than most people.
Yeah, I'm cyborg. You're right.
It is
right.
what it is. It is.
It is what it is. If anyone's interested in that product, just let me know. Call now. You can get 2 for the price of 1.
He'll meet you in Connecticut.
I'm Phil Swift here from Flex Seal. Does that shit work? Flex Seal? Have y'all seen the Flex Seal commercials?
Dude, I want to try so bad to do the commercial with the boat
There's no way in hell.
where they put the screen door in the bottom of it and spray it.
Okay, comment below if you know what we're talking about, the Flex Seal. Phil Swift here. I think it's a requirement to be a infomercial salesman to just be coked out of your mind.
I don't know.
Phil Swift here for Flex Seal. I sawed this boat in half.
Right?
And it just has like
That's the new
full
flex tape.
structural,
And we put a screen door in the bottom of this boat.
right? Has full structural integrity. It's like the opposite of the World Trade Center buildings.
Right.
And look,
See, that's all they needed was Flex Seal. and that
Look,
would've
if Patrick
crashed.
was here, that'd have been the perfect segue.
Right?
Jesus, come on, Patrick.
Come on, Patrick. Come on. Do your
You're
thing.
supposed to come and brag about how you won the contest and you get free tickets.
He will be here to brag, I'm pretty sure. He'll do it.
He ain't doing it. He missed
will.
his opportunity. I'm just kidding.
No, he'll be back.
Be focused. Look, he's gonna be on. We're gonna have pictures of him with
So, out of curiosity, when is the show in Nashville?
October 6th.
Oh, it's coming then. So, just so Patrick understands, we do expect some video.
Yep.
And doesn't he have to wear a shirt?
He doesn't have to, but I would
prefer it.
highly recommend it. I gave him free tickets.
Right.
So.
And shirts.
And shirts and
So-
stickers.
Yeah. So, are you out there, Patrick?
Patrick, if you're watching, I highly, would like it if you would, take pictures with the shirts, kind of talk about us on social media and how cool we are.
Prove that we're not a bunch of scammers.
Yeah. I just want to prove to you, to motivate you to join in on these contests for free
Speaking of
shite.
contests,
Yeah?
okay, we have an idea. We're thinking about another contest, and if you have an idea for a contest, okay, that you think would be fun for our participants and our listeners to get involved in,
I see where you're going with
shoot
this.
us a text on that.
And if we
okay?
pick your contest, you win that contest.
no,
it's a
that-
mini contest.
Oh, that's a contest within a contest.
That's like Inception contest.
Right, that's the contest.
Conception. Contestception.
Contestception. That's it. Is that a new word?
Yeah, you get to meet Leo. That's your prize.
Right. But yeah, something that would be really cool or fun to do. Do that. We would like to not just like have our contest be from our guests and all, because pretty much looks like that would be me and Josh at this point.
What do you mean?
Well, if it was only the contest. Was
Oh, for
only
people
our-
that come on? Yeah, I agree. But I like the contestception.
Contestception. That's the new word.
Contestception.
So that's the name of the contest.
You send in a
That's the name of the
contest idea.
contest.
Don't be a douche about it. Like, like shave your face or I don't even know, something crazy.
Yeah, I'm not cutting my ponytail off.
Yeah, just
not
if
happening.
we pick your contest, you win that mini contest. And you still have the possibility of
Of
winning the
being-
big
and
in the
see,
contest.
and
You could win 2 contests.
You could.
That's like, look, one of them could be a Charms blow pop and a steak dinner.
You know what that'd be?
What?
A winner's winner.
Winner's winner. You'd be like Conor McGregor, champ.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh, Conor McGregor.
Oh, that's coming.
Conor McGregor.
Are we
I
doing it?
might have a watch party again.
We might.
Might do it. If you're not familiar with the beef after his $100 million fight when he threw the bus, that dolly through the bus window, well, he's actually fighting the guy he threw the dolly at, which at the time, I'm like, okay, I think he was just trying to build a fight, and it kind
Right.
of went too far.
Well, apparently it worked.
It did work.
They're having the fight. I mean,
Yeah.
so
It's a
ultimately, it
terrible
worked
matchup
out.
for him. It's going to be great.
You think he's going to slaughter him?
Who?
McGregor.
Maybe. No.
No?
The only way he can... It's a terrible matchup.
Really? You think so?
This guy's probably the best wrestler on the planet.
Yeah.
No, he's a lightweight, and people in his camp say he wrestles like heavyweights and never loses
And
a
wins.
round. No,
Right.
I'm not even joking.
Wow.
His stand-up's terrible.
Like stand-up comedy?
Stand-up fight, like striking.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking
So
like Jose kind of stand-up.
experts say, and pretty much just if
I was going to
Connor
ask
can keep his footwork, keep the distance, and catch him coming in, because he does have a very great, like that's Connor's bread and butter. His timing, his accuracy, and so if he can time him coming in and hit him with that left hand, that's his best and pretty much only shot. Because if he gets him on the ground, he's just going to ragdoll.
Yeah, but see, that's one of those things where and this has become a thing. Okay, fighting out of your preferred genre. Okay, somebody's always going to have the advantage. Okay,
That's what makes it fights, though.
I know. I mean,
styles make fights.
I know, but that's what I think is kind of cool, though. You think just because the guy can punch harder or whatever, it's going to necessarily win. But like you say, you put a guy who's a real wrestler out there, okay, and
Wrestlers have always dominated MMA. GSP,
the grappling part of it,
right? That's what I'm trying to say.
see, when you
well,
get
they
them,
just
you get advantage. You get an advantage on them. You're just going to take them down.
well, yeah. Basically, if you get a good wrestler, they can just take you down and keep you down. You know what I mean? And that's where Khabib is. People don't really... He's not as flashy and easy to sell because he literally dominates people, but he goes to the decision. He basically is like a wrestling version of Vasyl Lomachenko, where they use the phrase, he takes you out in deep water and drowns you. See what I'm saying? He breaks your will.
Right.
To where he's on top of you, beating the hell out of you, and you're just trying to defend yourself, wearing yourself out. Your arms pump up with blood, so you can't punch really anymore in the later rounds. So then he's just taking you down at will.
So I'm not a huge MMA guy, but and you seem like you kind of follow. Whatever happened to all the Gracies? Are they still around? Are
They're
they the
just
younger
coaching.
ones? Is that what they're doing now?
Yeah. Eddie Bravo. You might have seen it, Eddie Bravo. He's a real conspiracy nut that goes on Joe Rogan all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He has like outside the box, not your... He's basically a different... Okay, the Gracies are known for their world-class jiu-jitsu, right?
Right.
He's like outside the box jiu-jitsu. He actually beat Gracie in a jiu-jitsu match a long time ago, and that kind of gave him like, oh, shit.
Dang.
They had a rematch. Well, technically, he didn't win because it was like they didn't do a point system. They did submissions only, and it never happened. But basically, he dominated him. So it was like technically a draw, but everyone knew he won.
Right.
So much so that Gracie made him have a rematch not too long ago. It was another draw.
If you're a betting man on the McGregor deal, who do you take?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, based off of what you can't really throw Mayweather out of the mix.
Okay.
You go back based off his whole career. People who doubt him or people who say, this is going to be the time, they come out losing.
And it's happened over and over.
Look, but it's also...
But everybody has their day.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Is at some point, there's always somebody training harder, somebody working harder. You always feel like,
that's
I'm
what
at the top of my
That's what I mean
game.
by wrestling. It's so hard. One mistimed kick,
right?
One whiff of a punch, you leave yourself open for him to take you down. Boom, that's a round.
Yeah.
That's the effect he has.
Yeah.
He can keep you on the ground. Say you missed that punch in 30 seconds into the first round.
How you gonna get up?
He can keep you on the ground for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you come out in the second round, you're dead. And he's up in Russia, 7,000 feet above sea level. So he's good, conditioning wise.
All right, betting man's predictions. Okay, early on. Let's talk about preseason stuff. Okay.
Oh, preseason stuff.
Preseason, where we stand now, and I'm just looking
And
for
what?
your prediction. We're gonna go a couple different ones. Okay.
Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Let's talk about college football.
College football, NCAA or SEC?
NCAA to start with. National champion.
National champion. I have no freaking clue. National champion. My pick would be Rutgers.
Oh, that's definitely happening.
I'm just kidding. National champion. Let's see. It's basically be Alabama.
I think you almost have to go with that. If you look at where everybody else sits.
It's like not picking the Warriors in NBA.
Exactly. NFL. What's your preseason feel there? And I'm not
I
talking
think the
about what
Eagles
your
will
heart
take a
says.
step back.
I'm not talking about what your heart says. I'm talking about what your head says. If you're a betting man, what's your take?
Let's try to narrow that down. NFL's such a
Things can
NFL
change fast in the NFL.
That's what I love about NFL, and that's why I'm not surprised people don't grab onto it. Like, I understand you're passionate about Alabama and Auburn football.
I agree.
But like, there's so much unknown. Like, you have no idea.
So do you?
But okay, I'll kind of walk through my thinking here. I think the Eagles take a step back. And by step back, they might be lose 3 more games. But scheisse. I don't know.
I've heard
man.
basically the same thing about the Eagles dropping back just a little bit.
I don't know, dude.
That's a tough call.
Such a up in the air there. Vikings, maybe?
It's possible.
But it seems too
That's a tough
obvious.
call.
And I don't want to be a Saints and jinx it. That's the only reason I didn't say it. But I do think if the Saints stay healthy, we have a chance.
All right. Major League Baseball.
I don't know.
We're not preseason.
I have no idea who's good.
The crazy part
The
is...
Braves will choke and be
Well,
bad.
in the American League, the Red Sox are way up by over 10 games to the Yankees in second place. And then the rest of them are just so far down it's not even funny. The Indians are leading in the Central right now. West, the Astros are back where they belong. That's... and ultimately...
See, baseball's also another...
It can
hit or
change
miss.
fast, too. It really can.
So the Braves are doing great. They'll flop here in a little bit.
Well, that's typical, though. And they're at the top of theirs. They're at the top of the NL East.
How much is left?
Oh, we've got plenty of time left.
Okay, they got plenty of time to blow it.
Oh, yeah. Sure they do.
I'm triggering a lot of people on watching this.
How many games are there?
162.
162. Yeah, we're about 120 to 130.
Oh, yeah, they got plenty of time to blow that lead.
Oh,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. Don't you miss Bobby Cox?
And look, the thing about them is that they're only up by 2 games over the Phillies.
All right, NCAA, Alabama. I feel like it's a cheat. I can't say Alabama. I got to name somebody else.
All right, if
everybody
you took
but
Alabama out of it, well, that's what I'm saying. Who plays Alabama in the championship game?
And I can't say Clemson either.
See?
I want to pick anybody who wasn't in the playoffs, the sleeper pick. I would say... I don't even know. It's such a... Georgia? I don't think they're going to be that good, though. I feel like they had a lot of seniors in that class. Look, I have no idea. Let me know. Who do y'all think will be good? I have no idea.
It's going to be interesting this season. Definitely interesting.
Penn State, I want them to be good. I like that coach.
Do you?
Yeah. I don't want them to win it for Joe Pa's honor.
Win it for Joe. Win it for Joe. Crazy how things like that are happening, too.
What?
Just all the coaches that are being flipped and flopped and all the moving around that goes on during the off season. It's just,
I thought you were going to talk about Urban Meyer.
Oh, there's another story.
Dude, every time I bring that up, if there's a woman president, I'm like, what do you think about the situation?
They're like,
and then
what?
if they're like, and if they don't really have an opinion about it, I'm like, okay, so listen.
So let me tell you about Urban.
Yeah. It's really just a technicality. If it's in his contract, it's in his contract.
Technically.
If it shit happens.
It does.
If legally, if say you're a nurse or something, or a teacher, if you find out you're legally obligated to call, say if it's about a child, DHR, or the person responsible to handle that situation, if it's in his contract, it's in his contract.
I have to agree with that.
But to get mad at him about it, it's really because if you think about it, it's not like the Sandusky thing,
right?
That's a different party.
Right. It's not like there was intentional malice involved in that process.
Because Sandusky's we're dealing with children.
Right.
That's screwed up.
Right.
This is adults.
Speaking
so regardless
of
if he said anything, the law would still have to go to her and she would have to confirm it actually happening. So
right.
If she would just come out and say it in the first place, See what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
It's the same ending regardless.
Well, and agreed. And I feel the same way. You know, if it's different if it's something intentional.
But how did it come up? Did she bring it up for some money?
I don't know.
Trying to be a little
happened.
bitch?
Something like that had to have happened. Somewhere there was a going on, and somebody was unhappy.
What a spiteful douchebag.
I know, right?
Your husband beats the hell out of you. What do you want him to do? Go Urban Meyer walk in there with a bat and beat the shit out of his offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator?
You know, and don't get me wrong, you know, just and again, it's hard to sit back and go, and this is the thing to me, you know, when you're in a coaching situation, even at the college level, you know, it's hard to understand because you look at all these people on TV and you go, well, they're a bunch of men. No, they're not. They're still kids. Okay, they're in an environment where they have to have somebody that should be a role model, somebody to stand up to, you know, to look up to, somebody, you know. It happens so young. The crazy thing today, there's a guy they arrested from Calera Elementary, a kindergarten teacher, been teaching 2 years, and is being busted on 40 counts of child pornography. Okay?
40 counts?
40 counts. This is a kindergarten teacher.
Like 40 separate children?
Yes.
That person's been busy. It's
Dude,
like every child for 2 years.
I mean, good grief.
They have like a photo shoot?
I don't know what happened. I'm sure it'll all come out in the whole deal, but
I don't get it, man.
I'll never understand it. I will never ever understand it. It's a mental.
The one that blow me is the people with children that are pedophiles.
I know,
not with their children.
Right. I don't know. I'll never.
I'm like, how can you not like put yourself like, okay, what if this was my daughter?
Would you kill somebody
put yourself
without
mentally
even hesitating?
Right.
That's what gets me.
That's why I just don't get it. Like it doesn't. It just that's just like a whole level of like screwed up.
Absolutely. Well, obviously, we figured out today there's a lot of screwed up people in this world.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
Fortunately, I'm not one of them.
I might be.
Well, you never
in
know.
a different way.
Well,
I'm not having sex with children.
Well, I'm
so I
not
guess
either.
that's something to hang my hat on.
There's one. Here's a little hook. Hang it up there. I mean, we're different kind of people. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
No doubt. Most everybody understands that.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I'm a very unique bird.
But we're also not looking for a head coaching job at a big school somewhere. Well,
I am.
We are. I was going to say we may not get it.
Yeah.
But we're looking for one.
I'm still waiting on my phone call.
Anybody's out there? I'm looking to coach baseball.
I'll coach anything.
I will too.
Besides soccer.
I'd coach that. I could flop.
I don't know shit about soccer or hockey. I think I know less about hockey than
I can do that. That's when I grew up with. I can do that.
I can coach some football.
You can see.
If you want to coach football, I can coach football.
I used to coach basketball, coach baseball.
But then again, I had to go stop by Noah's football practice thing. I think there's an age limit that I would.
So do they still do the yellow dot thing on their helmets?
No, that he's in flag.
Oh, because he would have to have a yellow dot. He's so much bigger than everybody else's size in his age group. Mm-hmm. I think he's a man child.
Really?
Absolutely.
I don't really pay attention.
Yeah, he's way.
I never had that privilege.
Yeah.
Man, people like that, like you see, like who's a left tackle? You're 6'7", 330. What's your job in life? Not get arrested.
That's sad, but that's exactly what your whole goal is.
What do you have to do to be successful?
Shoot somebody.
Just
lay off the cocaine,
or just show up to class. Really,
right?
You know how and I'm not going to name a college, but I know this from firsthand experiences. Players, the reason you see people with like the players that are like, all SEC academic team with a 4.4.
Yeah, because they're not doing the work.
No, they go and they have a teacher's assistant.
Yes.
And they do reviews.
I've heard about them.
They have their review classes.
I've heard about that same thing at a certain
And their
school.
review class is the exact exam a day or two prior, and the TA goes through and reviews each question, and then they go and take it the next day.
I also understand, and I'm sure it happens at most of the big colleges, that like when half those guys walk into the classroom, the class is just over. It's just disrupted. I've heard that they walk in clowning like we ain't doing nothing today, and so they just don't do anything.
Drake, what's his name? Kenyon,
right?
Jake said he'd walk in with a plate and waffles,
and food.
just sitting there, the fork and knife cranking on the plate.
That's what I was actually referring to. It's like when he walked into class, like everything was.
What
just
are they gonna do?
Yeah, right. Sit down, man. Sit down, young man.
Yeah, Like Saban's daughter dated Daniel Chambers for the longest time.
Right.
And I guess they had a spat or something at a Greek party or something. She punched him in the face. I had to go pick up her and Jake one night, and we had to go back to her place, and she was crying. She's like, I'm going to get kicked out of my sorority. And I'm looking at her, I'm like,
your last name is
bruh,
Saban.
I don't know your first name, but
Doesn't
whatever
matter.
your first name is, Saban,
Right.
nothing's going to happen to you.
It's all good, I promise.
Yeah. Would you want to be the sorority that said, yeah, we kicked Nick Saban's daughter out of the sorority? What the hell's wrong with you?
All of a sudden, the check stopped.
Yeah, and then another sorority would be like, hey, come on in.
Come on over here. We got you.
Yeah,
No
come
doubt
on.
about it.
Hey,
No
we
doubt.
got 4 guys for you to punch. Come on in.
Right. And they'll take it.
Yeah.
I certainly would.
Shoot, yeah. It's marketing, bro. Marketing. But that's going to do it for tonight. Remember, contestception.
That's my favorite thing we've done so far.
I like it. I like it. The last contest ran up, and Patrick Shaw was the winner. He is going to see Kevin Hart in Nashville on October 6th. Lucky bird. The new one is, until we come up with a better one, is contestception.
Oh, I think that's like going to be it.
Dude, it's bomb, dude.
Because we're
send
getting
in
a double-
contest
double
ideas.
trouble here.
Send in contest ideas for the big contest. If we choose your contest, you win the mini contest,
Right.
and then you have the chance of winning your own contest.
And if you're deciding what the contest is, surely you would decide on something that
Right?
would be in your favor.
Exactly.
See, this makes good sense to me.
I like it.
I like that. I like the fact that we're not in control.
I like it. Makes me feel vulnerable.
Contestception.
Contestception. I feel like Leo's about to walk in the door right now.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what we need? We need like a banner now to put on the next week's show that across the top that says Contestception.
I'm gonna make it.
And it's gonna happen.
It's gonna fly in.
And don't forget about clicking the bell icon, subscribing,
Yeah. Also,
YouTube.
if you like what you heard, or you didn't like what you heard, or you just
And
you
if
like
you
my
didn't-
face, you hate my
or
face.
if you don't like our face.
Regardless, go to YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, any of your podcast apps, and hit that subscribe button. Hit any of the podcast apps. Review. Give me a 5-star review. Tell me you love my face, hate my face. I don't care. YouTube, just subscribe, hit the bell icon. That way you'll be notified when we go live every Wednesday at
8 o'clock Central Standard Time.
You said it that time. All right. Well, like I said, send in that.
And 5:42 in Boston.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No,
I don't math good. I was just going to agree with you, and I was like, wait a minute, that didn't add up.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, so contestception, send in your contest ideas. Also, if you have any requests for content or you want to be on the show, email me at almostlegalpodcast@gmail.com. You can also send the contest request there, or on Facebook or Instagram or any other place that I'm located at. Also, our next week's guest was actually an appearance request.
Yes.
We'll be covering some. It's more of one of the conspiratorial type episodes.
Feel free to jump in. Now tell them what it's about. Go ahead,
Should
Josh.
I?
Tell them what it's about. Sure.
We'll be tackling the money-making business of Big Pharma.
There's way more to that than you think.
There really is. We're not going.
What I think is cool about this guest is we only know that he wants to have a discussion on that. We don't know what side he takes. We have no
Oh
idea.
shoot!
what
I
his
never
take
told
is.
you that story. By the way.
Which story?
Okay, so yeah, I don't know anything about him. All right, today he sent me his number in the email, so like I emailed him back, and then like he didn't answer, so I was like maybe he didn't check his email, so I texted him, and I kind of I texted him this morning, and I was like, I mini Facebook stalked you, and I was like, I know
Dude's
this
probably
dude.
going, okay, this is weird.
I know I've seen you somewhere. That was my thought. And then it hit me. I'm like, holy shit. He was literally, because I have like photographic memory. He was literally the person standing in front of me in line to go see Bert Kreischer.
No way.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's like, did you go to Bert Kreischer? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was dark. I swear it was him.
Right behind you.
Yeah, no, it was him. Because I remember looking at him. I haven't seen the guy next to him.
That's really weird. Because
after I thought
what's
that-
going to be interesting to me is if he actually like comes on now because okay, this dude Josh is really trippy.
Well, no, I wanted to see, like, I didn't know anything about him.
Sure.
So I was
Because
just
you
like,
know he stalked you too.
no doubt.
Hopefully he's listening tonight.
He might be. I don't know.
So good.
Ooh, there was another guy I ran into. I was walking the dogs, and he kind of stuck his foot in his mouth that he stalked me.
Oh, is
Because
that
I had
crazy?
my cast on.
Cool.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, I saw the episode, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh, you broke your hand?" No, he didn't say he saw the episode. He just saw I broke my hand. He said,
So, like,
"Oh, you're
in the
left-handed
neighborhood.
too." How the hell did you know that?
That's awesome.
I don't know this guy.
That's creepy but cool. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? I like that.
It's like, "Oh, you're left-handed too." And I'm like, I didn't know.
See, I know you don't.
And after we walked away, I was like, he just stuck his foot in his mouth.
It's like I go and I read the comments on like YouTube and all the episodes and stuff like that. Like some people like they act like they know us,
Yeah,
and I have no idea who they are.
that happens to me everywhere I go.
No, right? More and more every day. And we do appreciate that, by the way.
Yes, I appreciate
More
it.
than you know.
I love
okay?
not knowing.
Tell us you can't. Tell us you don't like our show. Tell us you love our show. Face to face, I'm good with that.
You can tell us you hate it. I don't
Where was
care.
I the other day? The guy said, "Hey, you're that dude. You're the dude." Oh no, I was at Home Depot.
Oh yeah, the parts guy.
Yeah, the parts guy goes, "Hey, wait a minute. You're the dude with the cartoon." I was like, "Yeah, that's me."
I've had that a few times. Like a lot of people, like if I have the shirt on,
Yeah. Hey,
they're like,
that
I've
you?
seen that around. Is
That's
that you?
you.
That's me.
You.
I'm that guy.
Well, be that guy. Be that person that listens to us. Be that person that hates to listen to us.
Look,
but
the
listens
more y'all
anyway.
get involved, the better the show's going to be.
My goodness, this contestception is going to be like a whole new way of.
Whole new world and shine.
It's
I don't know
happening.
the rest of it, but
It doesn't matter.
I haven't seen Aladdin in a long time. Have you seen how much a new VCR is? It's like $350, bro.
That's still a thing. I need one because I have ridiculous amounts of VCR
I
tape.
know. I never thought we'd be able to damn get one. I'm gonna make one.
They
It can't
say
be that difficult.
they say if you have certain ones that you're like wealthy. Like I've had every Disney original.
It probably has to be in like mint condition.
I got some that are
in
unopened.
original box.
I have some that are unopened.
Screw you.
I just want the money for them.
Yeah,
Maybe I should put them on eBay.
that's a good idea.
But anyway,
But yeah, until next week, guys. Remember, hit that contest, hit the subscribe button, and until next week, we will see ya.
we're out.
Peace.